live. So welcome everyone. Welcome, 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 welcome. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And our special guest, Hilary. Good morning. Good morning. Oh my goodness. I'm already like I got the service.
It's been a little while. We feel like we haven't had this in some time. So,
Right.
So we thank you guys for all being here, as always, on this beautiful Sacred Sunday. We know that really we're honored to be of service, but most important, we're honored for you to feel what it is that comes through you so that you too can pass that along. Because the energy that we're cultivating here is to go outward. It is to share with our sacred conscious community. So we honor, first of all, your presence, your love, and just you standing in your holy space, as we're just grateful that can be passed on outward in our beautiful communities. So thank you for honoring that with me.
And it's such a beautiful gift just to have this energy of a sun to gather with and to embrace, which goes back to a lot of our older traditions, very, very indigenous cultures, just to have this tribal gathering in common. And Sunday is their service, it is to be under this luminous energy. So we're going to dive into that just a little bit. Relax back, and we thank our live stream that are here with us. We always appreciate this live stream because the frequency has to go out as we gather. So we're so grateful to technology that allows that. So, oh, all right. Yeah. Okay. I feel Michael, can you just turn this light on actually, because somehow it's there. It's a little bit light. So beautiful. It's amazing. Every time we have this, just before all of you come, I can start to feel this bubbling energy inside of me. And Michael and I start to get like this excited ecstasy energy. It's like, what is this? Like, and it's a free gathering. Well, we couldn't be happier to have this gathering, you know. But every event we have, we really do feel that way. It's just a lot of events have a lot of preparations. This one, though it has preparation, there's still a lot of prayers and everything goes into it. There's this purity from just the pure joy of being together and being of service. And what does that really mean to serve? What does it really, really mean to show up and serve? So I usually dress up a little bit more for this, and you see it typically. One part is to honor the guests that are coming to our place. The other part is to honor our sacred speaker that is here. And the other part of it is that I'm dressing up because I'm showing up. I'm showing up for this grace that has been bestowed upon me, that is here to shine and radiate and speak. So I want to show up in my most dazzling presence so I can receive the presence. Like for me, it is this rejoice energy that I come in. So in the morning, on morning that we have Sacred Sunday, there's more of the prayer taking place. And I sing it. And I like go in the room, and Michael is usually in the other room, and I'm in my room singing it for just the pure glory of this presence. And what is this presence? What is this presence? Why? You guys are coming. You also feel it, right? You get giddy. Of course, we see each other. But what is it that we're coming to? What is that? Why do we, for no reason, we just like, excited, like little kids, what's happening, right? Like in kindergarten, just for the pupils of like, it's like play, right? It's that incredible part of us that's so pure. It is that purity flame. It is that spark of light that we already have come from, and we feel it in our heart, right? And that little heartbeat that pounds, right? We feel it, but most people don't know. Why is it that when we put our ear against someone's heartbeat, we just melt in that space? What is that? Because whenever that heart beats, it's more than a functioning of this blood pumping through all the body. Sweetheart, it's hot in here. Really?
What an energy.
Do something with that. Like, I like to put it on menopause. That's what happens. You're like, you're juicy, like, when divine comes and you start getting heated, like you can't help yourself, but you're meeting you, right? So this heartbeat, when it beats, what is often not recognized is that within each heart beat, there's this pulsing that goes on. And this pulsing is each time this pulse of the sound of your vibration from your soul essence when you were first created, from spirit into form. You were first a sound, and then the speed came. So why, when you're as a fetus in here, before anything, you're not even a form yet, but you're a what? A heartbeat. That's all it is. You're just a pulse. How incredible is that? How incredible is that? That's why when we connect at this heart, we're feeling it. What is it? We're coming to the same place that we are from. The same illumination, the same luminous light, the same existence that's in all creation. There's no difference. It's the same. And that's why it feels so good when we hug each other. When we look deep in that place, we look deep in that eye of the heart, and we feel it. Like, we feel it like, oh, the glory of you, the glory of you. Imagine you're like, oh, it's amazing. The divine wants to have a party. That's what it feels like. And it's that purity, sacred flame. The sacred flame just starts like radiating. And what's happening? These chakras, which we don't really quite understand what they're really functions for, these rays of the light from that spectrum of light that we created, pulse out. So we like this rainbow light. Then we meet each other. It's like, oh, this part of me, I'm connected to that part of you. And like, it feels so amazing. Like, oh, these colors are going inside, the colors are going, right? That's why, and when there is no agenda, there's no plan, there's nothing, there's no other purpose. Just the only reason is to celebrate joy, that we get to be together. And what is that? There's a science of this joy. The science of this joy gives us the ability to tap into the creation of all reality, all consciousness, all planes, all timelines, coming into the oneness of this golden presence. Within this golden presence, that in which we're constantly seeking, that is seeking us, right? Coming home, that homecoming, right? So it feels so amazing and liberating and delicious. Michael and I have this word, like, whenever we're really in the heart space, like, oh, you're delicious, oh, it's so delicious. What is that? Because all the juiciness is divine, is like, right, pouring. And there is no interference. There is no hold back energy. How can we hide the presence of divine when it knocks so deep inside? Can we really? We try. We'll kick our butt a little bit. We'll go through. Let's talk about this July. Before the 8/8 Stargate, after the 8/8 Stargate, this window of July 26th to August 12th, if you were in the cosmic wash machine, and I don't know where you are, you certainly. That alignment. And so it comes to this place of we experience this, but what are we doing in our everyday experience to just come in that place for ourselves? Right? How much of our daily tasks, our daily responsibilities are we carving just enough time to come to this place and we rejoice in the presence? And I totally get it. We've been so turned off from the dogmatic approaches and institutions and conditioning programming. You have to do it because of this so-called wrathful God. So we've sort of separated from this, and this even the word God. Yes, there were gods. There were goddesses. There's this primary creator, this source, like, can't even put a name on it because it's ginormous. But the minute you just come into its frequency, you start like feeling that hallelujah. You can't even help yourself. Because you're coming from where? That spark of life, back in that light. Where the deliciousness is, where all the answers is. And it's actually a pretty easy task. It doesn't take a rocket scientist. Just sitting in the hello, Divine, wherever you are, I'm here. I came home. Talk to me. Let me feel you. Help me. Help me breathe. Help me breathe. So it's been amazing. A lot of compassion for all of us on our ascension journey. It ain't no joke. Ain't no joke to bring all this presence into this form and like live it and radiate it and blast it and serve it. Right? And in the midst of it, we have all of these, let's say, impurities that we have agreed to meet. So we can bring our mind to it. Arcturian of us on the soul to the side to take this next time. Right? You know? So Saint Francis pray, Lord, let me be an instrument of thy peace, right? Let me, let me, where there is like hatred. So what is it? Why are we put in this position? We've been praying, like, use yourself. And then suddenly you put in this position. No. Yeah. That's not what I signed up for. No. I can't you release that contract. Sorry. Okay. Somebody that works in Akashic Records, I do that. I ain't going to erase your contract. I have no right to do such thing. Those that do, they have to deal with that. You can't erase. Because you will only prohibit your own ascension. We're all going to stand one way or another. We can kick and scream, or we can collaborate. We're going to die as ascended. We all. It's time. Right? And surrender, but surrender I feel, in that truthfulness. So there's that heart calling, where we don't want to put up with anything anymore that is not part of our heart's truth. It's like almost like this violation. I don't know about you, but I've been feeling this thing like I just cannot violate myself in any way. It's not the violation of others. It's me putting up with some of the excuses because I like to be comfortable. And this universal field, this supreme light is like, it came to expand that discomfort. So that full responsibility, I will not, under any circumstance, violate this sound, this beat, this voice any longer. I blasted even more. So any part of me that wants to I sure ain't going to Earth to damage Mama. Okay. I'm not sending that awful energy back to Gaia. She's my great Mama. I can do the light, right? The light can transform it into great. So we've been experiencing quite a bit of that, and I feel also as couples who say, like, I take a vow not to put up with your bullshit either. So, so I take the first vow for me, and I take the second vow for you. No way. You're uncomfortable if you've been watching. Let's dive in. Get even more uncomfortable. So we can transfer. But what is that? We hold each other from that place of love. So we all can be. So speaking of liberation, how can we really experience liberation? Really, what is liberation? It's to first recognize we are already liberated beings. All we gotta do is align with the true aspect of ourselves that has never been present. The only imprisonment has been the consciousness in which we have given our power to ourselves that has put this sort of like separation from our divine essence, because I am presence. It's like I'm here, right? However, this limited part of ourselves, like I can't handle that. Because I get this to do, I get this to do, I got this to do. But there's this ginormous supreme assistance. Supreme is here, it's like, you signed up with all of us to come help. Angels, 1,000 angels, is part of each of our team. They are here to support us, assist us, to be able to get to our Christ, the crystal slide of our being, so we can be anointed by this holy gold, right? So we can experience the fullness of our presence. So we're remembering. So I have a prayer today that I'd like to invite you all to. It is the prayer of illumination. And I'd like to invite you to just stand up. Stand up. There's nothing like when you stand up feeling in this vertical axis of light. This supreme light that extends from 144 dimensions all the way down to Gaia. There's this presence it has in it, you know? And there's something when we open these hands and release them, or when we take it up and like there's this sort of like the physical body is in communion with the frequency fields that is here to also make connection that is part of us, our multiple dimensional self, the multidimensional aspect of ourselves. So it can behold us in our vibration. So we open it up, really open it up. And this one is this, I've been in this energy of this golden flame. I'm crazy about the golden flame. Like I can't even help myself. The minute I step back around the golden flame, like because I feel the golden particles everywhere and go nuts. So I want to just for us to really, and there's this thing with the octave, the third octave temples of particularly Lord Lanto. This illumination flame. This illumination flame is here to bring the wisdom of our divine presence and to really lift our vibration. And but not just temporary, to really permanently lift us, so that we can experience. We can't experience the cosmic Christ of love until we're lifted. You see, we gotta be lifted now. So with this, I just want you to, however you where your hands are, and close your eyes. I want you to feel. So there is a part that I'm going to first read to you, and then when it comes to the decree or the prayer, I want you to repeat after me. Okay? So this is the invocation to the golden flame of illumination. Glorious golden flame of illumination from the heart of God in the great central sun. I invoke the presence of beloved Lord Lanto, Master Katumi, and the great white brotherhood of the golden robe, and the god and goddesses of Meru into my heart, into my mind, and into my soul. I ask you to flood my being with the precocious oils of illumination, poured over me in limitless radiance to transform all that is less than divine perfection in my consciousness. And you can repeat after me. Oh, flame of light, so bright and radiant.
Oh, flame of light, so bright and radiant.
Oh, flame of God, so wondrous to behold.
Oh, flame of God, so wondrous to behold.
Ceaseless fountains of wisdom of love.
Ceaseless fountains of wisdom of love.
Bring me back home to the heart of the sun.
Bring me back home to the heart of the sun.
Come now with the fullness of thy power.
Come now with the fullness of thy power.
Take my hand and lead my pathway.
Take my hand and lead my pathway.
Open my eyes and show me the visions.
Open my eyes and show me the vision.
Flood my life with thy wonders.
Flood my life with thy wonders.
Blaze illumination flame through me.
Blaze illumination flame through me.
Blaze. Blaze illumination flame through me.
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 One more time. Blaze illumination flame through me.
Blaze illumination flame through me.
Therefore I choose to walk with God through the fires of love from my heart. I declare that I am in God in manifestation. I open myself to receive a mighty river of radiant golden light of illumination flowing through me. I declare that I am this river of light. I am this river of golden peace. And I am this river of illumination. And so be it. Beloved, I am. Beloved, I am. Beloved, I am. So this part I'm going to have you repeat after me. Therefore, I choose to walk with God through the fires of love from my heart.
Therefore, I choose to walk with God through the fires of love from my heart.
I declare that I am that I am.
I declare that I am that I am.
In God in manifestation.
In God in manifestation.
I open myself to receive a mighty river of radiant golden light.
I open myself to receive a mighty river of radiant light. That's good. Let's do that one again.
I open myself to receive
I open myself to receive
a mighty river of radiant golden light.
a mighty river of radiant golden light
To flow through me.
to flow through me.
I declare that I am this river of light.
I declare that I am this river of light.
I am this river of golden peace.
I am this river of golden peace.
And I am this river of illumination.
And I am this river of illumination.
And so be it.
And so be it.
Beloved, I am.
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 Breathe in that space. And see yourself engulfed in a golden illumination light. The golden light, like a golden sun, all through you, all in your organs, the blasting sun, all in your muscles, and all in your bones, all in your cells, your atoms, and neutrons, and electrons, and all the molecules, and your skin. You are the golden sun. You are a radiant sun. You are an illuminating sun. And so it is. So now, our beautiful guest, Hilary, you come next, my darling.
Oh, okay.
Because you're ready to radiate. Thank you. Exactly. Welcome. Thanks so much.
Well, thank you so much, Honey and Michael, for letting me be here. I've gone to many SSSSs, and I really enjoy them, so I feel honored that I get to be here today. At the end of The Wizard of Oz, Dorothy says to Glenda the Good Witch, I just want to go home. Please let me come home. How do I get back to Kansas? And Glenda says, Dorothy, you've had the power all along inside of yourself. I'm paraphrasing, I'm not really. And Dorothy says, well, why didn't you tell me? And she says, well, you wouldn't have believed me. And that is the thrust of what I want to talk about today, is my journey back to myself. I understand, I'm a life coach, I understand that everything begins and ends inside of ourselves. I think that I thought that I understood it deeply, but I think I understood it here. And 2019 is teaching me to understand it here. I've had a hell of a year. I was one of those people, and I am one of those people, I have to hold myself back, who always is looking outside of myself for the answers. I go to a psychic for a reading, I go to get an astrology reading, I do every kind of healing you can think of, every kind of modality, every retreat, every conference. And while those things are all awesome, and they definitely enhance me, the answers were always inside of me, and so I wasn't really getting what I wanted from all of those people. So I had to get knocked down a little bit this year. So this year, let me back up. I consider myself to be a master manifester. I've always been good at creating what I wanted from the time that I was a little girl. I am an action person. I know I've got that yang energy. I know how to take that step forward. I see what I want. I set my goals. I align my thoughts. I move forward. But the other side of that yin energy, is the part that I think I'm really lacking. The just wait for it, peace, let divine guidance move you. I'm not the most patient person, so that is definitely where I was lacking. And when I was a child, I knew I wanted to have a son and a daughter one day, and I did. I knew that I wanted to have a beach house one day, and I did. I have no idea how we had the money for it, but we did it. And I knew I wanted to write and publish a book one day, and I did, ironically, on manifesting. So I'm great with that. But this other part of me is the part that I really needed to learn. And as a life coach, I ran these mindful living groups for a long time. And they were really fulfilling until one day they just weren't anymore. And I began searching for a new purpose. And the action part of me is like, where is it? I know that I want this new purpose. And I went for a psychic reading downtown at a spiritual church in Washington, D.C. And I thought, oh my God, this is it. This is my purpose. I jumped in 2 feet. I got on the board. I became the manager of the bookstore. I created and ran the retreats. And for a year, this worked out really well for me. And then I started to feel this empty feeling inside of me. I don't know if you all can relate, but it's a feeling, it's got to be in my heart area, where I just felt this loneliness, this like disconnect, like I was a square peg trying to fit myself into a round hole. And I didn't know what to do. So, of course, I looked for something else. So then I was introduced to a Japanese modality called Tsukio Mahikari, and it was a healing light modality. And I thought, this is it. This is what I'm going to do. And I learned everything I could learn about Tsukio Mahikari, and I practiced on everyone I could find, giving light and receiving light. And then 6 months later, I started to really feel that yuckiness inside again, this emptiness. And the universe was talking to me, and I clearly wasn't hearing. And do you know how the universe works? You know, first she whispers, and then she nods, and then she knocks you on your ass.
Yep.
Well, I had to get knocked on my ass. So in January 2019, I got the shingles virus. Has anyone ever had shingles? It sucks. And I thought it was like an old person virus because you always hear about the elderly getting their vaccinations for shingles. And, you know, at the time I was 50, I didn't think that was so old. But anyway, yeah, it started off with like a rash right here. And it turned into this incredibly intense nerve pain that would radiate through my body. It also brought very flu-like symptoms for me where I was exhausted and I couldn't do anything, just laid out on the couch. And I wanted to feel better. And, you know, every couple of days I'd be like, I feel better today. Today I'm going to go for a walk or I'm going to take a yoga class. And if I did that, laid me out for 4 more days. I struggled with shingles for 2 months. It's a long time. During that time, I just laid on the couch. I couldn't even watch TV because I was so exhausted. So what did I do? Well, I meditated. That was the thing I could do. And one time when I was meditating, I heard in my mind's eye that I needed to read the Harry Potter books, which was interesting because divine guidance has never told me that I should read a fictional book. I'm not generally drawn to fantasy, so I didn't think that I would like this. But I listened and I started to read them, and they were so fun and so light because I always read metaphysical books and heavy books. But what was so beautiful is as I was reading them, I started to feel deep inside of me, I am the wizard. I kept hearing it. I am the wizard. I am the wizard. And it was so beautiful. It was the most, I'm shaking because it was the most beautiful message I have ever received. And I thought, oh my gosh, I am Harry Potter. I am Harry Potter in training. I just need to be in myself so I can learn this magic so I can give it to the world. So as this was going on, something from my childhood came up to be healed that I'd like to share with you. When I was 10 years old, I was walking with my friend. We were going to her house. This is in the late 1970s. And a man pulled up in his car and asked for directions. And this is the 70s, and so it wasn't stranger danger time. And we walked up to the car, and he asked us for directions, and he was wearing a suit from the waist up and nothing below. His pants were at his feet, and he was manipulating himself while he stared at us and asked for directions. So my friend was trying to be a good girl and continued to give him directions, pretending like she wasn't seeing anything. And my guidance, my wizard, was screaming, "Get out, get out, get out." And I grabbed my friend by the arm and we ran into the bushes and hid in the bushes. And I saw him drive slowly around looking for us. He came back around, he got out of his car, and he started walking around to try and find us. But fortunately, he didn't see us. So I'm telling you, there's a reason for this story. So 40 years later, I come to find out that this man kidnapped and murdered many, many, many young girls from age 8 to 12. And if any of you are from this area and know about the Lion Sisters, did anybody? Yeah. Okay, wow. Well, this was the killer of the Lion Sisters. The Lion Sisters were these 2 adorable girls who went to Wheaton Plaza in the 70s with their mom, and she gave them money to get ice cream, and they disappeared and never came back. And they found the bodies later, but they never found the killers. So for this long, they were looking for the killer. So this was the man who probably would have kidnapped us and done that to us. And it was just interesting that I didn't come to find this out until 40 years later. But what it taught me is, oh my gosh, when I was 10 years old, I was in tune to my inner wizard. I didn't look and ask people, should I do this? Is this the right thing? What do you think? I just acted. And this is who I really am. And this is who I need to get back to. So let's see. It's been 8 months since I have accomplished anything. I keep getting the message to rest, rest, rest. So for the most part, I have been, that's why I have a good tan. I've been at my beach place next to Mama Ocean, loving on her, and I'm awaiting for guidance. I feel like I am a caterpillar inside my chrysalis, and I feel like the butterfly is getting ready to emerge. I don't know how. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm trying to be okay with that. And so today, you guys are all the experts. This is, these are advanced people. We're advanced here. So I know that everything that we need lies. This is just a reminder for all of you to stop going, doing, accumulating, and to tap in a little more like I'm trying to do. And a reminder that you are the wizard. You are the wizard. And you are the wizard. And we're all wizards. And just to remember that. So when I was laid out on the couch, one of the things that I was doing, one of the forms of meditation that I was doing was the ancient Hawaiian prayer of Ho'oponopono, which probably most of you know, but just in case. It pretty much heals everything. And the phrases that we say are, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. So in the past, I used my mala beads, and I would pray for and say these phrases and help with any conflicts that I had, with people, or even to help heal the world. I would say these phrases, but suddenly it hit me when I was laid out on the couch. Why don't I use this for me? Why don't I say these words out of self-love for me? So I wanted to do that today with you guys. And I'm a crafter. So I made these little mini malas that you can put. They're very rudimentary, but you can put them on your backpack or your purse or whatever, just as a reminder. And this is Amazonite, and these are little halite skulls that are a reminder of the impermanence of all things. And I wanted to pass them around, and I'm hoping what we can do is you can use them right now while I'll say the different phrases, and each time you feel the love for self while you do it. So, pass those around. That's precious. Thank you. Sure. Thank you. Thanks. Oh, and I'm also really emotional because my son just went to college. I almost gave, you said speak from your heart. I almost gave that talk, but then I was like, oh, nobody wants to hear me whining that I miss my son.
There's a very active energy right now with so many little children. Yeah.
So hard. He's my pal.
Yeah. That allows even more heart to.
Yeah. And this is another change that's coming my way. The kids are finished pretty much, and now it's.
Don't be surprised.
Well, the one that graduated college just came back.
Really?
Yeah.
They're always there.
Yeah.
In one way or another.
Right. Right.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
so
my pleasure.
precious. So sweet. So we can count them.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, what's kind of neat is my son tied all the knots. He's
Oh, wow.
a pretty
Oh,
spiritual
how
kid.
lovely.
Yeah, it's lovely. So you have a piece with him.
I love the color of the thread.
Oh, thanks. Sure.
I like the color chosen.
Mhm.
To really speak. that
Yeah.
truth.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm thinking maybe we can just run through this. I don't know. Should we do it like? Just
As you like, whatever you guided.
Okay. I mean, I'm feeling 10. So do we?
9 is a completion.
9 is the completion. All right. So we'll do it 9 times. Then 9 times for the set. For each set. Okay. So everyone, close your eyes. Uncross anything that's crossed. Let's take a breath. And really tap into self. And really feel that child in you, that who you really are, the essence of who you are before all the other mishigas, all the craziness. And let's run through each one as you move each bead. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
I love you.
I love you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
I love you.
I love you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
I love you.
I love you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
I love you.
I love you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
I love you.
I love you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
I love you.
I love you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
I love you.
I love you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
I love you.
I love you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
I love you.
I love you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take a breath. And out. Give thanks to yourself. You're beautiful, beautiful. Wizard self. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Hilary. Thank you, honey. Thank you, everyone, for being here. As wow, what past couple weeks and months that we've been going. I don't know if it's just me, but can I just get a raise of hands of how many people have been going through a lot? When I say a lot, I mean just like every test, every challenge, every conflict has been coming to the surface. If anyone's been watching Facebook, revealing,
We're blasted.
blasting out what has been holding me back. And what I really want to bring forward is what is holding all of us back. Because when I look at each and every one of you, there's a power, there's a light, and there's an energy just waiting to expand. As I look in with myself, just have a little child that's holding back and not allowing me to be the fullness of my light. And if I don't see it, of course my beloved can see right through me and realize that it just wants my child to retract more. Because I know within me, and I know within each and every one of you, there is this light, there's this power that wants to expand higher. We are in the fullness of our ascension. We're in the fullness of our conscious evolution. And there's one power that came through me this morning that kind of made me giggle. Because the past couple of days, you guys ever notice when a pattern comes by and it's like one time it comes, 2 times it comes, 3 times, and by the 3rd time you're like, what is going on? Why is this coming forward? And I realize if I'm not personalizing it, not judging it, and not getting angry at it, the universe is bringing it for me to really recognize there is a meaning behind it. There's something that's coming forward to say, are you ready? Are you ready to jump? Are you ready to express? Are you ready to stand in the truth? And I find there is one thing that when I was in prayer today that can really help us along that path. You know what that power is? Trust. Trust that the sadness, the pain, the vulnerability, all that's coming up is here to be cleared, here to expand, here to evolve. And this trust that's within us, this trust that our breath, that our eyes, that our whole autonomic nervous system is happening already, is here for us to embrace. Because what happens when we trust? We surrender, we accept, and we allow. Isn't that amazing when we just say, I trust, and then all of a sudden there's these tiers of energies that start moving through us. But why isn't that we're not trusting ourselves? Why is it that we're holding ourselves back? Are we thinking, oh my gosh, I'm not ready yet? Am I thinking that people are going to judge me? Are people going to punish me? There are so many aspects when we look within trust. But even if we take it bigger, are we trusting our own divinity? Are we trusting that there is a force behind us that is bringing everything in front of us so that we can not only see it, but we recognize we are it? And that, to me, as what has been placed upon, is to really look within and see, where is that divinity being held back? Why am I not trusting myself for what I've come to do? Because each of us have come to be of highest service. Each of us have been brought forward to be bringers of light. But sometimes we got to go to those places that don't look good. Those places that we've hid. And we have to really look deep and say, where am I blocking my own trust, my own acceptance, my own allowance? Because when we trust, when we open our hearts, then it naturally comes through. Nothing is holding us back anymore, because when we trust, we are this beautiful light, this beautiful love, this wonderful wizard that has been brought for us to shine our highest ability. And it takes practice. And it's all right if the mind's thinking right now, oh my gosh, I'm not trusting. Where's the trust coming from? Because we have to give that love too. The point that I'm bringing this trust up is because the universe right now is blasting us, because what is on the opposite side of trust that's holding us back? Fear. And out there, there's all this fear that's holding us back from standing in our truth. Yet within here, there is a divine trust awaiting for us to tap into. So today, I want to honor that trust. I want to bow to that trust. And I want to really feel that trust as a group so that we can really acknowledge it. We we can really bring forth, because once we start trusting, then we have no fear for what most of us are going through, the fear of the unknown, the fear of not being accepted, the fear of being judged, the fear of being abandoned, the fear of a bully. Oh my goodness. Trust is our enabling of letting ourselves live in our pure divinity. And today, I'd like to bring that through us, as if each of us can rise and stand right now, please. And place our hands to our heart. I want you to close your eyes. I want you to repeat after me to bring forth this beautiful trust within. I trust my power.
I trust my power.
I trust my strength.
I trust my strength.
I trust my courage.
I trust my courage.
I trust my will.
I trust my will.
I trust my security.
I trust my security.
I trust my expression.
I trust my expression.
I trust my love.
I trust my love.
I trust my beauty.
I trust my beauty.
I trust my deliciousness.
I trust my deliciousness.
I trust my divinity.
I trust my divinity.
I trust my eternity.
I trust my eternity.
I trust my magnificence.
I trust my magnificence.
I trust my connection.
I trust my connection.
I trust my divinity.
I trust my divinity.
I trust that I am supported.
I trust that I am supported.
I trust that I am valued.
I trust that I am valued.
I trust that I am respected.
I trust that I am respected.
I trust that I am loved.
I trust that I am loved.
I trust that I am that I am.
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 And now breathe into this. 2 more deep breaths. One last breath. Slowly as I bring one more decree. Second. Thank you. It is this trust that brings our deep love for our God presence within. So after me, I'd like you to repeat this, please. Beloved great presence I am.
Beloved great presence I am.
Thou life that beats my heart.
Thou life that beats my heart.
Blaze now thy radiant love rays.
Blaze now thy radiant love rays.
Let me be an anchor of love for all.
Let me be an anchor of love for all.
Flood me with thy glory and
Flood me with thy glory and
let my heart be always with you.
let my heart be always with you.
My beloved God presence I am.
My beloved God presence I am.
I invoke thy great radiance.
I invoke thy great radiance.
Infuse my mind and heart with thy love.
Infuse my mind and heart with thy love.
Expand and raise my consciousness
Expand and raise my consciousness
to ascended master's octave of light.
to ascended master's octave of light.
With all your love,
With all your love.
with all your love.
With all your love.
Merge with me more and more each day.
Merge with me more and more each day.
Until I become thyself in manifestation.
Until I become thyself in manifestation.
I am adoring thee.
I am adoring thee.
In deep gratitude, I offer my love to thee.
In deep gratitude, I offer my love to thee.
Love me, love me, love me.
Love me, love me, love me.
Beloved I am, beloved I am, beloved I am.
Beloved I am, beloved I am, beloved I am.
This trust, I invite each of you just to bring that to each action, each jump, in each part of your day, to remember that all that you have is all that you need. And it's already there waiting inside for you. It is just to feel that brilliance of trust that you are supported, you're loved, you're celebrated, you're respected, and you're honored. And that divinity is already within you. All you have to do is just trust it, be it, and express in the love, light, and gift that each and every one. Thank you.
So it is.
Wow. Are you all feeling good? Yeah. So, as we wrap this up, thank you, Michael. And thank you, Hilary. So beautiful. Bring our circle back together. Let us gather in our hands, please. And thank you, beautiful live stream. Connect the hands somehow. Okay. Oh, it's all good. It's all good. Let's just take one deep breath in. Release. This beautiful vibration that we are blessed to be in interaction with. Just that message of the heart through that in which has touched us, and we get to share it with each other. It's also very important, as always, to utilize the frequency fields that gather to extend and expand the light even greater. And I really felt it was very powerful, this gathering today, for us to take place, as yesterday this junction with also Venus took place in somewhere. It's very important because planetary wise there is merging of the sacred divine feminine, sacred divine masculine. The inner twin flame is coming together. There's just all this homecoming happening. Gaia is speaking loud. She's blasting her blaze of fire also, to transmute dense energies. And my heart is really with Amazon, like especially Brazil. I've been there several times and have deep passion for that area. And I really felt how beautiful would be in this which we're feeling, whatever that space is, this beloved presence, or the I am within, or that sacred fire, or sacred flame, or the magician within, or the wizard within, or just that trust within, for us to also breathe in this place of trust for the Amazon. Because there's this global effort, and of course, with the vision of coming together in the vision, seeing the rain. We saw how that worked. So many of us went into that vision, seeing the rain coming on the Amazon and just putting out these fires, and really our hearts united. And it was 2 days ago at 3 a.m. the rain came. But I also want to say, when I heard this, I didn't go to fear when I heard this, regardless if it has been done intentionally or unintentionally. When you trust all this part of divine plan, that includes that devastation, as awful as it is, it's part of divine plan. And the way I know it, because what's the next thing that happened? So many people from the generosity of their heart through the medium of social media gather. That's the power of our heart. And let's go into prayers. What is that? That's trust that the rain will come, that our hearts will be heard. Gaia hears us. She's a living angel. She is real and breathing. All she wants is somehow to hear us. Have we forgotten her? Are we willing to listen? Now, we don't need to go through these devastations anymore. That's the one thing I've decided. We don't need to go through any more suffering to know we trust. I feel that's that word that is ending stuff. That fire to me represents the inner flame. We're finally transmuting all of this beliefs inside of us. We're transmuting the density that has held us back. We're transmuting the sacred fire, all that is just part of an old energy program and conditioning. We're now allowing the waters to purify so we can start together with the right foundation, grounded in our sacred divine feminine, sacred divine masculine, to co-create the new realities on Gaia, the new ways. We're all part of the solution of humanity. That's what we came here for. And we need to lead with our hearts. And what did Amazon do? Bring our hearts together, right? Our prayers. Was it for any other purpose? Was it to destroy the people? No. We came, let's bring our love. It's time for the love to lead the way. Like Hilary, I love what you said. We all have known it. It's time for that etheric knowing to be brought into our emotional body, into our physical body. That's where we're in these temples, into the action of love. No more just talking. So with that, I ask for our hearts to fully be supported, to fully be lifted, to fully be fueled by the power of Almighty, the grace of the I Am presence that awaits us within, to be able to give us the ability to visualize the highest visions of divine mind, to allow the divine mind and the divine heart come together as one through that sacred flame, to start creating the highest collaborative efforts of humanity, to bring truly the golden age on earth that we agreed, and we know it from our ancient past. We lived in the golden era, most of us before, and we know what that tastes like. That's why when we gather in the circle before we come, we get excited because we know that golden energy. We know the purity. We know it so deep. And that's what we desire to recreate together the new realities. Agenda free for the pure purpose of all sentient beings to thrive. For us, ourselves, to celebrate each other and to celebrate the beauty in one another, and to celebrate the sacred animals, the sacred Gaia, sacred Tierra, and her incredible offerings. And as we visualize beautiful rain, for the gratitude of this transmuting fire, and may all these animals and the beautiful beings and the natives, the indigenous of the Amazon, be fully free to be the incredible beings that they are. May we visualize all beings to be free. That includes ourselves. Be free to be ourselves and not allow our own bullies to deplete us, to block us from the great presence that is here to serve thee. So with that, I thank these hands that have come together today. I thank Divine Mother, Divine Father, Divine Great Creator, with a sacred flame, a sacred fire. I always see every morning from the Creator, from the womb of all creation, these petals of this golden crystalline rose light, these crystalline rose petals to start just being spread all around universe, to all planets, to all star systems, to all universes, including our solar systems, including Earth, these beautiful, pure, golden rose petals, and coming down to Earth, coming down to every place that is missing this golden illumination energy, and may it be anchored to wherever is needed, in trust of the divine plan. And I hold dear hearts, thank you so much for your hearts. Thank you so much for your visions. Thank you so much for the prayers. And thank you so much for the decrees. When you own the decrees, when you say it with every part of you, the universe responds back to you in the materialized form of that decree which you have placed for. We thank you so much, Hilary, for your beautiful presentation today, your sharing and your offering your gift. It's such a beautiful gift that we have each other to come together and share. We'll miss everybody in September because we'll be away, and October. We'll go for a little while. And we thank you for keeping us in your hearts during the time we're away to do our work, anchoring these lights other places on earth. And we look forward in reuniting in November. And thank you so much, every single one of you. May you really just take whatever touched you, whatever benefited you, whatever blessed you. Go out and share it generously, freely in your divine expression. So you continue to open the flow of that river stream. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. We always end with our hugs. Thank you so much. Okay, so oh, yeah. Good. Oh, yeah. Good.
It's been interesting. Yeah. Maybe you get it. I don't know about that.
Thank you. By the way, there are ascension cards on each of it, so you can read what the message of ascension cards are for you today. Thank you so much, everyone. Hi, Sunshine Light. Thank you so much to meet you. So much love to you.
I know, right?
Yes, you can get the message.